And look, look, Pat Gelsinger is terrific. And it was great that he came over from VMware and Intel was rudderless. It takes a long time to turn around the ship. I think that that Pat is spreading the gospel that, look, we haven't lost anybody. Everybody loves us, and we're going to be taking share. But what I really didn't like about this was a straw man piece of research. The blue sky upside scenario of $5 earnings per share it's going to melt away. No, wait a second. I've been the most bullish guy on AMD in the world ever since 5. I never once believed in the blue sky scenario of $5. If you want to create a straw man, David, and then say, hey, listen, it's not going to happen, well, that's what happened there. That piece, David, that guy's been wrong about AMD for a long time.
Okay.
Well, let's just make him wronger or more wrong.
Or wronger. I always like that.
I think it's probably more wrong.
I think it's an incorrect.
He's probably a sweet, probably a nice
What
person.
about the idea that they both can benefit? Is that a possibility in your mind, or does one have to benefit at the
zero sum?
Yeah, at the loss of the other.
Well, I think if you listen to what Lisa Su said, and perhaps this gentleman did the other day when she spoke, it's multi-year partnerships, okay? And they're very hard once you're in to rip out. And I'm talking about Google, I'm talking about Azure, all right, Tencent. These companies are big, and they are siding with AMD. So, there's room for Intel to come back, but I think that piece is another reason why you should buy AMD. And that, because enough. What?
Wow.
Enough. It's the only Dollar General
That's
down
good.
10.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to talk about it, Jim, which we're going to in a minute. But let Carl tell us about the opening bell here.
Well, I don't have much to add, guys, except that is the bell and the S&P. I do want to quickly point out before we get going here, Jim, that the banks are clearly going to lead. I think the top 10, 15, maybe 20 S&P leaders are all financial related. We did have the 2s-10 spread get back to the highest since 2015, Jim. And I'm just looking at Philly Fed prices paid, 75.9 on prices paid. Philly Fed, that's the highest going back to March of 1980.
Yeah,
so these pressures may be transient, but they're going to be elevated even if they're transient.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.